Welcome to my 13-day Halloween countdown. Day 7.
Good evening, folks. It's Sunday evening and it is 10 to 6. Obviously, this time yesterday it would have been 10 to 7, but the clocks went back this morning at 2 a.m. I did remember to put my clock back, I must admit, before I went to sleep, because knowing my luck, I'd forgot. And I do remember, actually, a couple of years ago, my mum did something very, very similar, where she forgot to put a clock either forward or backward. I couldn't remember which one it was, but it led to some fun and hilarity, trust me. Anyway, today is day 7 of the Halloween countdown, and I've got my Beware 13-day spooky Halloween countdown calendar, day 7 to do. I'm talking today about self-worth, and there's a little bit of a disturbing news story as well first, which is a bit of a shocker, and it really did make me cringe. And I've also got a poem to do with self-worth as well. So it's a nice busy one tonight, and I'm going to start off now with day 7 of the 13-day Halloween countdown calendar. Hey up, here we go. There we go. Do day 13 day spooky countdown calendar. Take off the lid. Whoops, my fingers don't want weight today. Aha, there we go. Calendar. Do 7. You get on stubborn, don't you? Do 7. Do it how I always do it. Pair of scissors. Rip. Orange bag. Snip, snip, snip. And who have we got today? We have got... yeah. I would say, and I'm 99,000% certain that this is Mike Myers from Halloween. He's got his machete in his hand there and his hockey mask. I think it's hockey mask that gives it away. Oh, you can't see it properly like that. You might be able to see it properly like that. I'll try and get his body in actually so you can see him all. There you go. Can you see he's holding a machete? And the machete's got blood on it. Get it back here, you can see. If I do that actually, you can see it better, can't you? Look. So it's Michael Myers with his hockey mask on. Picture to follow, maybe, not sure yet. There might be a picture at the end. If not, what I'm doing is at the end of the 13 days I'm going to do a recap of all 13. In fact, coming up now, because that's door 7 and it's Michael Myers from Halloween, and I'm just going to do a quick recap of the 6 days so far. So in door 1 was Freddy Krueger from Nightmare on Elm Street. In door 2 was Lydia from Beetlejuice. In door 3 was Jack Torrance from The Shining. In door 4 was Pennywise the Clown from It. In door 5 was David from The Lost Boys. In door 6 was Regan from The Exorcist. And in door 7, Michael Myers from Halloween. That's a quick recap of the 7 doors that I've opened so far. So I'm just going to take a little bit of a break now, and I'll come back and we'll start having a talk. You all take care, and I'll do another unboxing of my Advent... I said it. I'd got away 2 days without saying it. I'll rewind that actually, and then you can have a listen to it. Back again, because I'm not going to say it the second time round. It is my Halloween countdown calendar, day 8 tomorrow. Right, I'm going to start, first of all, before I start talking about what I want to talk about, with something that's just actually appeared on my message screen on my phone. I've been looking through the news today, and there wasn't that much, to be honest with you. That's why I'm going to talk about self-worth and stuff. But what's just come up is something which has absolutely stunned me, and it's made me think that people are gross, to be perfectly honest. Absolutely gross. A big study's been done, apparently, and it's disturbing, the results, because out of 100%, only 84% of men thought it was important to wash your hands after you've been to the toilet. And 91% of women thought it was important to wash your hands after going to the toilet. Now, I am not Mr. Hygiene. As soon as there's a piece of fluff on the floor, I'm hoovering it up. But I draw the line at hygiene like that. I was raised in I can't say it was rich. I was raised in a very, very poor way. But the one thing we were taught was hygiene. We were taught that if you go in the toilet, you wash your hands after. You do not wash your hands. That's just gross and all kinds of wrong. So when you're walking around, after this is all hopefully sorted, and you're walking around town and you see 100 men, remember that 16 of them, possibly, don't think it's important to wash their hands. And if you see 100 women, remember 9 of them don't think it's important to wash their hands after going to the toilet. And if that hasn't grossed you out, nothing will. Because it's now made me absolutely cringe, I must admit, when I read the story. And I've just told Deb about it as well. And Deb was gobsmacked, absolutely gobsmacked. And all she kept saying was, "Oh, that is gross." I said, "You are not kidding. You are not kidding. That's horrible." Anyway, I'm going to change the subject a bit here. And I'm going to talk about self-worth. Now, the reason I'm talking about self-worth is because up until a few years ago, I didn't have any. I didn't have any self-worth because my life consisted of starting off at school and falling over all the time and being laughed at and ridiculed by the teachers. And I'm talking about by the teachers, not by the kids. The kids were okay, but the teachers, they would literally put me in the races on sports day just so people could laugh at me, including the parents. The parents used to laugh at me as well. They used to think it was dead funny that this kid used to fall over all the time. So that was my primary school. And I went up to senior school, junior/senior school. Now, in junior school, I had a teacher that used to beat the hell out of me for no reason, and she ended up getting suspended from teaching for life. And when I went up to high school, that's when I found out about bullying, because I got bullied and beaten up and picked on and everything for years. So you can say about 11 or 12 years of my life was absolute hell. Right? And it gave me the idea that everybody hated me, nobody liked me, I'd got no worth whatsoever, I'd be better off dead. As I've told you before, I did try and failed miserably. I couldn't even get that right. And when I left school and started working, I thought this was an uphill job. You know, this is great, this is fantastic. Obviously things happened, like I had a really bad horrific accident where I was playing football and I ended up dislocating my knee, shattering my kneecap and tearing all my ligaments in my right leg all in one go. And it was only years later when I found out about the weakness that I got there that I realised, you know, that's what wouldn't have helped. So I went from that, and then of course in 1995 when I was 23, I then got diagnosed with CMT, which obviously was a massive shock to be told that you could be in a wheelchair by the time you're 40. So that was a big shock as well. So this is more no worth whatsoever. Then I met a girl, and we settled down, and everything went great. We got married, and we had a couple of hiccups, which you do when you're in a first relation, you know, when you're in a proper relationship sort of thing. And then we got married, and from the day we got married, almost, I started going from being a husband to being a punch bag. She used to like thumping the hell out of me. She used to like smacking me one. Whenever she got in a bad mood, she used to take it out on me. And she used to emotionally and physically abuse me in various ways where she could make me feel so small it was ridiculous. And she used to make me believe that nobody else would want me if she didn't want me, and she'd only took some pity on me. Anyway, this all led to me feeling completely worthless, useless, and the lot. Now, I then left, separated, and we got divorced, etc. And I met Deb, who I'm with now after 20 years. Now, the one thing I will say is Deb has never, ever made me feel worthless. She's never made me feel as if I'm doing anything for nothing or anything. She is always behind me 100%. But the but is, over the years, my health has deteriorated. And as the deteriorations have got worse and worse and worse, my self-worth has got worse. I had started to think, what's the point? I'm useless. There's no point in being here. Why would anybody want to be friends with me, etc., etc.? And it got to the point where I just literally hated every day. And I ended up having a bit of a breakdown and suffering with anxiety and depression now. The depression thing is lifting quite a lot because I look on positive side more than I used to. But the anxiety is still there. I can't be around people. I don't like being around too many people. I have to walk out of rooms and stand outside in fresh air and stuff. I can't do with that. And I was at the stage where, like I say, I had no what's it for myself at all. I couldn't give a toss about myself. I really couldn't. If I'd had a bad accident and broke my leg, I would have just, no, fair enough, that's me. That's just my life, how it is. But after a few years, and about 3 years ago, I decided I'd had enough. I've had enough. I thought, I'm sick of people belittling me and making me feel small and doing things to make me feel small. And I thought, right, this is it. I'm going to do something here. I'm going to get myself published. Now, getting yourself published when you're a writer is not easy. But Amazon make it easy because they allow you to self-publish. And what that means is you can write your book or whatever you're writing, and they have got tools and different things to help you to set up your book so that you can create your own book with pictures in if you want it in, or diagrams, and you can design your cover and everything, and then you self-publish it through them, and you get something like 80% and they get 20%. But they do all the hard work, basically. If I order a book, I can pay, say, £7 for one of my fantasy novels, because I've written a fantasy novel and a book of poetry, and both of the links I'll put underneath, just in case you fancy a read. I've had a few people read them. I've had a couple of sales in America. I've had a couple of sales in the UK, one in Australia, one in Canada. I've had a few of my poetry books, and what I've done with people in the UK, if they buy me poetry books, I always tell them, send them to me, and I will sign them personally. And then, all right, I might not make it as a famous author, but you'll have a signed book by a proper author. So, that's what I did. And I thought to myself, it's pointless being worthless, if you know what I'm saying. You are a person. You have got feelings. You have got worth. Even if people want to make you feel as if you're worthless, you're not. And the day you realise that you're not worthless is the day you start changing it. You start thinking, no, hang on a minute, I've taken this for absolutely years, and I've had it. I've had it up to here, bang. And one day you will explode. Now, you'll either explode in a bad way, where you'll smack somebody and knock them for 6 and then feel bad about it and probably get done for assault. Or you'll explode in a good way, where you'll just say, no, I'm worth more than this. I'm going to take the bull by the horns and do something and prove that I'm a person, prove that I'm here. I'm not worthless, I'm not useless. Although I feel worthless and useless, don't get me wrong, I know I'm not. So, like I said, I decided to publish my books, and I got a fantasy novel published, and I got a book of poetry published. And then Deb said to me one day, why don't you do a vlog? This was 2 years ago now. And I said, no, it's not really for me. I'm not really a vlogger. It's not my thing. She said, well, just do one a couple of days and see how you get on. Well, as soon as I got in front of the camera, because there's nobody in front of me, other than, obviously, the camera, you people are obviously the other side of the screens, but I actually felt like I was sitting in a pub talking to a mate. I felt like I was sitting in Costa Coffee, just having a coffee and chatting to people. I felt really connected. I felt like I was part of something. And I still do now. Being a vlogger has opened up a world to me, because suddenly, if something does get inside my head, I can voice it. I can voice it to people and see what they think. And I've had positive comments. I've had lots of positive comments. I've done reviews for products. I mean, I was doing product reviews once, and one of my product reviews, which is an headset, a VR headset, has had over 2,000 views, which to me is a massive amount. I mean, don't get me wrong, to some of these, big vloggers who get 2 million views a week or whatever, it's nothing. But I'm not a big vlogger. I've not got all the money in the world, and I've not got a product that everybody wants to buy. I'm just a guy sitting in front of a screen. Yes, I write poetry, and I write books, and I write short stories, and sometimes I'll read them out, and I do unboxings like my calendar, and I do product reviews. And if I do get, like coming up to Christmas, I've got an advent calendar, which I'm going to be unboxing, and I'll be opening that, and that's going to have mini Funko Pop figures in that. And that's something for me to look forward to doing. But it gives me a sense of self-worth, because you are not just on this planet for other people to be horrible to. You're not there so that people can give you loads of grief. You're not there so that people can taunt you and torment you and bully you and all sorts. You're not there for that. You are there because you are there, and what you do with that life is up to you. Now, if you want to let somebody do all that stuff to you, you can stop it. You can make yourself be worth more than what they are making you believe. And when you've finished, and when you do realise your own worth, you'll realise that those people are nothing to you. They are insignificant. They can belittle you, they can slag you off, they can do whatever they want. But because you know your worth, you will not let it get to you. You'll just say whatever you want. You can think what you want. I know who I am. I know exactly what I'm worth. And I don't mean go big-headed and start saying, oh, I've done this, I've done this, I've done this. But each day, if I do something like a jigsaw, as people know I do tons of jigsaws, I call that an accomplishment. And I look at myself and say, I did that. I did that. If I'm playing a game, and I don't know, FIFA or something like that on me PC, I'll score a goal and I'll be like, yeah, I did that. I did it. Not nobody else, I did it. You've got to believe in yourself, and once you believe in yourself, it opens up a whole new avenue for you. It really does. Because I went from this bloke who basically felt worthless and pointless. I could have jumped under a lorry and I wouldn't have batted an eyelid. I would have just, whatever. I'm not used to anybody anyway. But nobody's going to give a toss when I'm gone. But now I'm at the stage where I know that people will be they will be bothered if I'm gone. They will have remorse. They will be crying their eyes out over me. They will think, God, he's gone. It's weird. It's strange. 1 minute you're here and the next you're gone. The important thing is to realise what you're worth in that gap in the middle, that bit what you're here for. Don't let others dictate who you are. Don't let others dictate your life. You are in control of your life. And once you gain control of your life properly, in your head as well as in your heart, you will then be able to say, yeah, I'm happy who I am. I'm proud of who I am. I mean, I look at my life and I look at the things that have got wrong with me, all these medical conditions, and it would have been so easy to give into it all and turn into a ball and be like a vegetable where everything's done for me and I don't have to do anything. But I'm a stubborn son of a bitch. I really am. I'm one of these people who, if I can do something, I will try and do it. Even if it puts me in pain, I will still try and do it just to say, I can do that. I'm not going to let this beat me. I'm not going to let it take over my life. Although it has taken over my life, obviously. I can't do much about it. I'm not exactly going to go mountain climbing or bungee jumping or nothing, am I? But I still know that I'm worth something. And that's the key. Think to yourself. Don't let somebody tell you you're worthless. Because if they're telling you you're worthless, you can't be worthless. Otherwise, why are they bothering with you? If you're worthless, they wouldn't talk to you. They wouldn't have anything to do with you. If they're taking the time to say that you're worthless, you obviously aren't. Do you get me? Why would... It's like saying it's raining outside. When you look outside and it's sunny and you think, why did you tell me it was raining? You didn't need to tell me that. It's sunny outside. What are you lying to me for? That's exactly the thing. If somebody tells you you're worthless and you look at yourself and go, yeah, but I'm not worthless. I'm not worthless. I do things that I enjoy doing. I live my life. Yes, I might struggle. Everybody struggles. And I can struggle physically or you can struggle mentally. And the thing is, if somebody gets a hold on you mentally, it can be worse than physical damage. As I found out when I was married the first time, I was subjected to the most horrendous mental abuse. I was literally made to feel like I was nothing. And I mean nothing, worse than nothing, in fact. I mean, I had a woman who basically said to me she refused to hold hands with me in public because she was embarrassed to be seen with me. You know, she didn't want anybody to... If we were walking down the street, she would make sure there was about 2 foot between us so that she wasn't seen walking with me. And I put up with this. I put up with this for years. I must have been off my head. But I put up with it. Because I thought, well, if she says that she's the best I can do, then she must be the best I can do. Why would she lie to me? And then you figure out later on and you say, well, hang on a minute. No, hang on. People do lie. And usually when they lie, they're lying to help them, not you. If somebody says something to you that's bad about you, you know that they are saying it so that they feel good. Not so that you look bad. And if you've got, like I say, once you get self-worth, you will start noticing that things people say mean nothing, mate. Nothing. Words, nothing. Don't let them even touch you. Just let them float over your head. Don't bother. Don't bother. I spent years and years, like I said, being bullied, being intimidated, being told what to do, how to do it, why I should do it. And I'm at the stage now where I do what I want. Nobody tells me what to do. I do what I want. If I get up in the morning and my hands are really, really hurting and I say I want to do a jigsaw, Deb doesn't say to me, oh no, don't do a jigsaw because your hands. She'll say, if you want to do it, you do it. Yeah? Don't let people belittle you and put you down. Now, the reason I was on about this subject is because yesterday a friend of mine who I speak to, whose name I won't mention, but he told me that he has got a hell of a job getting pip at the moment. Now, I had a hell of a job getting pip, as I said in my last vlog, and I've said to him, Luke, I said, you fight for it. If you know you are entitled to it, you fight for it. You take it to, I can't think what they're called, appeals, and then you take it to a tribunal, because the truth will out, and if you're entitled to it, you will get that money. Because what the social do, well, what I think they do anyway, is they wait to see if you're bothered. They will literally let you do an examination, and then they will say, well, hang on, I wonder if they're really that bothered. I tell you what, turn them down. Turn them down, tell them they haven't got it, and see if they appeal. And if, say, you've got 50 people and 20 of them don't appeal because they think it isn't worth it, social have made a fortune. See, even the social tries to make you feel worthless. Because they try and make you feel worthless. That's how they tried to make me feel last year when they told me that my condition wasn't that bad. I was getting better. I shouldn't have been put on benefits in the first place. And I was like, hang on a minute. How does that work? Medical experts have said that I have got these conditions and what is wrong with me and the problems I am suffering with. But you at the social can suddenly tell me that I'm fit to work despite the medical evidence. What? No. And it was because I realised my worth, and I realised that there was no way in a million years I was faking it. There was no way I was exaggerating it. I was living my daily life, how I live my life. And yeah, I struggle with a hell of a lot of things. But if I focus on the things I struggle with and not the things that I'm okay with, then I will literally, like I say, I will turn into a ball. I will turn into just a ball that cries all day. Because there is so much I can't do now. But I don't do that. I get up in the morning and think of what I can do that day, what I'm going to be able to do that day. Not what I can't. I'm not focusing on what I can't do, because that list is growing every single day, week, month, whatever. But what I can do, I carry on doing. So if I can get an hour doing gaming before my hands hurt, I'll do it. If I can get an hour doing a jigsaw, or a couple of hours doing a jigsaw, I'll do it. You know. Nobody tells me what to do. I know who I am and what I'm worth. So, at the end of this, all the lesson is as simple as this. Know your worth, and you are worth. Trust me. Now, my daily poem today, it's not a mystery one this time, so you don't have to try and figure it out like yesterday's phobia. I hope you went back actually and watched that, and watched it or listened to it, whatever you do, and you managed to figure out why it was called phobia. Anyway, this one isn't. This one's called No Answer. So here we go. Darkness that devours my soul and takes me to the depths of my despair, forces me to lose control. As my mind wanders, I sit here on this chair, contemplating what life means and why we have to endure this torture. Is it right to find the meaning of life before I die? Just let me find some this dark and starlit night. Of forces of nature and tides of the sea, the complexities of my mind, an enigma today. The thing I did wrong returned to haunt me, and the nightmarish visions won't go away. Until I find the key to this door in my head, then I will rest no more and live just to know that when unlocked I will find peace instead of these wars going on, and as a lone candle glows. In the midst of my thoughts a realization, in my heart and soul maybe I have found the answer, that which we have sought since creation. Listening so closely, not hearing the sound, and waiting for the thought to be clear, so I can sleep soundly for one lonely night, and then the answer just fades and then disappears. So still I wonder, sitting here in the mysterious moonlight. And that poem was called No Answer. And basically it's about contemplating why we're here. Why does such horror go on in the world? And also it's about knowing when you've found your place, if you like, in life, and being happy that you've found your place in life. So that's over, game over for today anyway. That's vlog 7 of the 13-day countdown, and I'll do another vlog tomorrow. You all take care. Any appropriate links will be underneath this vlog,